So Microsoft buys into the gaming industry, and Sony has done all their acquisitions organically. You want to know what's the funniest thing about you Sony fans? Y'all all frauds, and you give yourselves away. What's up, guys? This is your boy Hebot coming at you with another video. And oh my God, today should be something really funny because the comedy central that comes out of Sony fanboys is just, you can't, there's no words for it. It's spectacular. And big shout outs to my brother Unlimited Productions, that he did a video on it, speaking on it yesterday, showing some stuff. These guys, you guys claim to be Sony fans, right? So badly. But yet you don't even know your history, right? You guys don't realize that Sony just used to publish games back in the day. They published games like Hook and games like Jaguar that come off the top of my head during the era of the Sega CD and Genesis and Nintendo, right? NES and Super NES. But what you guys don't realize that the whole existence of the PlayStation console was because they bought themselves into the industry by lying and mudslinging. The PlayStation console, the PS1, was funded, and they did all the R&D under the moniker of Nintendo, because it was supposed to be Nintendo's follow-up console that was going to be CD based. And this was being done behind closed doors, behind Sony's back, by, I believe it was Kazurai. I could be wrong. And then the deal folded because Sony was not only trying to get money for the CD base that they were going to, provide for Nintendo for each game that was going to be released. They wanted to get money off for every console that were going to be released, but they wanted to get money also from the CD base technology off every game. So essentially, they were going to be making more money than Nintendo for a property that belonged to Nintendo, and for, the money that Nintendo spent the most for to make all the moves to create the PlayStation, because they paid for the R&D. And don't get me wrong, Nintendo kind of deserved to get screwed in a way at that time, because the truth of the matter is Nintendo was the first one to do these grimy little things, and they were being, kind of toxic. But in this case, I gave them a pass because Nintendo was paying for the R&D. This was a contract that Sony was trying to be slick and outsmart Nintendo when they were the ones shelling out all the money and not Sony. Okay? So the very resistance of the PlayStation wasn't even done organically, like you guys say, by Sony. It was all them using people and manipulating. Okay? And all those companies and developers they have, like 90% of them, they were acquired. They didn't build them from scratch. And all those dates for all those companies, they're all here for so long. I don't understand you guys. Look, they purchased companies and developers. Let's start with Naughty Dog. They purchased them January of 2001. Incognito Entertainment in 2002. Guerrilla Games, they purchased them in I think it was 2005, right? Then they had purchased what was it? even Sony Ben, I believe even Sony Ben, sorry about that, even Sony, let's see, he got Naughty Dog in 2001, Guerrilla Games 2005 of December, we got Zipper Interactive 2006, Evolution Studios, which they closed down, as we all know, 2007. We have Sucker Punch, 2011. That's why I got mistaken with Guerrilla Games. These are all developers that they bought and acquired that were already existing, that they did not build. Like I said, they not built, they did not create. You got, let's see, and then they have here, obviously, one of the later ones is Insomniac Games. It says 2019. Anyway, point being that 90 or 85% of the developers that are under the Sony moniker as first party now are developers that actually existed already and that they actually bought. Okay? They did not build. Unlike Microsoft. Microsoft had, Turn 10 built. Microsoft had 343 Studios built. Microsoft is building right now the coalition, the initiative. You see what I'm saying? They're building and then they're buying as well developers that they needed. Because the difference is Microsoft didn't have developers. Sony has. They've had developers for quite some time. Microsoft hasn't had developers. That's why they couldn't have as many first-party AAA stuff or even games in general more consistently last generation, because they had only a few in-house developers. One of them being Press Play, which they made a deal with for 5 years, and then the contract was over and Press Play wanted to go independent and they let them go. And the other one being the guys who did Local Cycle, my brothers over there, I forget the name off the top of my head, which was also a contract for a few, and then they ended and they went independent, right? Because they had the respect for them enough that they would let them go because they wanted try to independency, right? So, because they wanted to bring their games, obviously, to other places. And you guys swear up and down that Sony has made these developers organically. You know what organically means? It means that they're building a number of developers with the ones they already have that exist and breaking them up into smaller groups and having different developers and creating different developing houses. That's what organically means. And the only reason Sony is doing that now is because they don't have the kind of money that Microsoft has. That is just a fact. Because when they started in this industry back then, they were just throwing money left and right because they were the most richest company in the world at the time, because they were an electronic company. That's why they were buying off everybody. The same way they bought off every exclusivity known to man, from Tomb Raider to Resident Evil to Final Fantasy, Silent Hill, all that stuff they bought. The only studio I believe that they built was, I thought it was Sony Ben, and not even, because even Sony Ben, they bought them in 2007. I thought they had built them, and they didn't. They bought them. They already existed. I think it was Polyphony is what they bought or created, and Santa Monica Studios. That's it. Everything else was acquired because they bought them. They already existed. And that's just hysterical to me. It's hysterical. And you guys have the nerve to say things that are so dumb. Like, oh, they're not doing things organically. Like, that's something to be proud of. Or like, that's the best way to do business, to build a developer. You guys don't even understand they're doing that because it's more cost efficient. And because it's more easier in the pocket. And they could be able to afford it because it's all they can afford at this moment, because they don't have the deep pockets that Microsoft has. Sony as a whole And even their division alone is only worth $47 or $43 billion. In comparison to Microsoft's Xbox division, that's worth like almost $600 billion. And we're talking billion with the B, okay? You see what I'm saying? And you guys don't think about this. And you keep yapping your mouth and saying the dumbest things. But it's funny and it's good that you keep doing it because you only expose yourselves. That's all y'all do. Y'all expose yourselves. That's how you can tell you guys are nothing but young gamers. You haven't been playing games long enough to know enough to even have something to say or feel like you have the right to say something, because you don't. Because not only you don't support the industry, not only did you not do anything for the industry, you talk out your booty holes with the dumbest things and think that what you're saying is true and you believe your own nonsense. Meanwhile, real gamers are back here looking at you laughing hard. And then you think you're laughing at us and making fun of us because you troll us or meme us when we're the ones telling you the facts, while you guys are just talking out of your booty hole, farting while you're talking. Every time you talk, there's a fart coming out because it has no merit. And that's just hysterical to me. Hysterical. Hysterical. And then you have the nerve to say y'all can destroy somebody in a debate or gaming. Man, if any of you clowns that say some stuff like that debate me, or someone like Sega Man, or someone like Legal, or 100, or E-Rock, or Elite Gaming Guru, you know, all these real historians, right? Or even Unlimited Productions, for example. All these real elite, you know, elite and real world, you know, all these real, all these real historians and gamers, right? You guys will get destroyed. You will get destroyed. Destroyed. I'm telling you, destroyed. Because you guys are just a bunch of clowns. And that's not even me trying to disrespect y'all. That's exactly what y'all look like. By your own behavior. And you wonder why we can't take you seriously. That's the reason why. You can't take somebody serious that doesn't even know what they're saying about gaming, and it's coming out of your mouths. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Microsoft didn't have studios. Once again, they needed to build up studios to have more first-party games. And notice how I say first-party games. Not about the budget, but first-party games. Because AAA, AA, single A, it doesn't matter. As long as it's the vision of the developer, and as long as it's a good game, that's all that matters. Okay? AAA is just the budget of a game. You can have AAA budget, great quality graphics, actors, voiceovers. If the game is garbage and it's not fun, it's going to be garbage. It doesn't matter. So they needed to do these moves, especially now with Game Pass, because with them having Game Pass, they need to keep feeding Game Pass to have more and more content that's appealing to make the Xbox ecosystem and their console attractive, so people keep buying in and coming in, with the beauty that you can still buy the games and still buy them at a discount price. The only thing Microsoft needs to start doing more of is giving the ability of all the exclusives that do come out to come out physical, because a lot of their games that are exclusive only come out digital, and so people try to act with that narrative by showing physical copies of their Switch games or PlayStation games that Microsoft don't have them because they're digitally, or they're digital, and you can't really show a physical copy of it. But they do have them. They're there. They're just not physical. Like Medium all this time, when it's being exclusive, didn't have one. You know what I'm saying? Bright Memory doesn't have one. You know what I mean? Battletoads doesn't have one. I don't know if even Flight Simulator is going to have one. I don't even know if, Gunk is going to have one. Or The Scorn. Or something like The Ascent. Or even, obviously the ones coming out soon, like Forza Horizon will and Halo will. But that, you guys get my point. So, again, that's the only thing they need to kind of do more of, so that the physical community can actually have copies of it and prove it that they're there. And you guys use anything to try to fight your battles because you have basically no ammo left. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to talk about this because I thought it was hysterical when I seen the comments and the post on Twitter that was sent to me, and it was just hysterical. When I saw it, I was like, what? Like, come on, dudes. Sony bought their way into the industry with no kind of respect to the culture, to the gamers. They just edged their way in, mudslinged, like they call it, and had no respect. And now that they don't have that power, they're doing things differently and kind of copying everything that everybody else does. Now they're reactive now with everything. They react to anything that's done by somebody else. So, like I was saying, they're reactive towards everything that's being done by other companies. They react to it and then act like they're doing the same thing and basically mimicking what Sony, what Microsoft does, and even Nintendo to a certain extent. And that's why Sony's in the position they're in, because they're not innovators. They're not industry leaders as far as moving the gaming industry forward and doing different things. No. They don't do nothing. They have never done nothing. The only thing Sony did was make games mainstream by bringing in a bunch of casuals because of the power that their name had back then as far as the entertainment business, because everybody trusted that logo, that name. If it was a Sony product, it was trusted because they did the best, like, TVs and the best home, surround sounds and car sounds and telephones and all kinds of other stuff. So people just trusted that name, okay? And that's why they were able to manipulate the entire world with the console, saying, oh, if Sony made the console, that means it has to be good. And didn't even realize what was really going on behind closed doors. So again, thank you guys for the comedy. Thank you guys for making me laugh hard. Go learn your history, especially if you're claiming to be a real Sony fan, because it's crazy that us Xbox guys, like someone like myself, really know more of the history of Sony and of their games, and we support it even more than you, even though you're claiming that you're a real Sony fan. You guys are freaking hysterical, like I said. The clownery is beyond anything you've seen. Unmatched. 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 Alright, guys. That's all I wanted to talk about in the video. I can't do it anymore. It's too funny. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about my thoughts, and give me your own thoughts. As long as you're not toxic. Or as long as you don't act like a clown. Like the ones that just did the other day. As always, share the video with someone you think might like it. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope you like what I do. If you did like what I do and you actually subscribe, thank you, because I know you didn't have to, but since you did, remember, I'll consider you now part of my family. For all those that continue to come by and rock out with me, guys, I love you. Thank you, because without you, I would not be sustained and this channel would not exist. Now, remember, if you want to find me on social media, you can find me under C_respect on Instagram. Okay? On Twitter, my account is suspended. It was Hebot Powerful Gamer. I'm going to see if I can appeal it and see what I can do, but as of now, it's suspended. So, you can also find me, though, on Xbox Live and the Nintendo Switch under Hebot8, and on the PlayStation Network under Al Fell from Sky. So if you guys want to hit me up in any way, shape, or form, and just give me a DM or send me a message. If you want to work, to do anything, want me to highlight anything or do any type of particular things on my channel, or like you want to donate something for me to highlight, it would be an honor. It would be my pleasure. You know how to do it. It's all down in the description below. Just like if you guys want to help my channel or help me in any way to broaden my channel to make it better and better and have better content, make it grow more, it's all down in the description below. You know how to do it with my PayPal and my Patreon information. Guys, love you. See you in the next one. Be safe. Bye. Organically.